I've got a hot take for you. This might be the best all-in-one beginner FPV kit that you can buy right now. All for $200, the BetaFPV Meteor75 Pro Kit comes with the drone, goggles, a radio transmitter, batteries plus a charger, and a case to hold it all. This is basically everything you need to start flying FPV all in one box. And that's what made this kit so interesting to me. Because one of the hardest parts about getting into FPV is not just learning how to fly, it's figuring out what you need to buy in the first place. If you're new here, my name's Alec, and I just got into FPV less than 3 months ago with little to no clue what I was doing. Since then, I've been making videos about everything I've learned along the way. And honestly, FPV is one of those hobbies where the first purchase can feel way more complicated than it needs to be. It's not as easy as searching FPV drone on Google and purchasing the first thing to pop up. You have to figure out if you want to fly analog or digital, which drone you want to get, which goggles work with that drone, what radio controller works with that drone, and you better hope it all works together when it shows up. Oh, and at this point you probably forgot to buy the 18650 batteries that go in your radio controller. This is why this FPV kit caught my attention so quickly, because instead of stressing out a new FPV pilot with this long shopping list of things they need to get, you can click one link, purchase one box that has everything you need in it, and get flying. Warning, warning, warning. Quick disclosure, BetaFPV did send me this kit as part of a partnership for this video. I am not required to drool over this. I am free to give you my honest first impressions. And as someone who is a complete beginner in FPV less than 3 months ago, it's still fresh in my mind how hard it is to get started in FPV. So we're gonna see if this kit can actually alleviate some of that stress. What I'm mainly looking for is how beginner friendly this kit is, go over what it comes with, and show how easy it is to connect everything together. Hopefully, I'm saying that before doing it. I think it really will be easy to connect together though. At the end of the video, I'm gonna say who I think this FPV kit is best suited for. To the desk. Let's go ahead and open it up. Oh baby, that is a nice case right there. Unzip this. And there we have it, the Meteor75 Pro FPV Kit. Let's start on this side. Here we have the Meteor75 Pro plus an extra frame. Now keep in mind this is the analog kit, by the way. There is another kit that comes with the HD version. Over on this side, we have the Light Radio 2 SE transmitter, and right above it comes the VR03 analog goggles. Pretty simple it looks like. Bouncing over here, we have extra canopy parts, props, plus a cable to hook into Betaflight, screwdriver, 2 batteries. These are the Lava 2 1S batteries, and we got 580 milliamps on these, and then a charger cable and charger for the batteries. Honestly, I can see the appeal of this. This is the type of FPV kit where you give it to somebody and say, this is what you need to get flying, have fun. So for our first test, this really is a complete kit. On paper, this is solving the biggest beginner FPV problem, which is knowing what to buy. Having everything in the box is only the first part though. The next question is, what are you actually getting as part of this kit? Here we have the BetaFPV Meteor75 Pro. This is one of BetaFPV's most popular drones, and that's for a reason. This is a 1S analog tinywhoop. This drone has an 88mm wheelbase, 1102 22,000 kV motors, 45mm tri-blade props, and has a listed takeoff weight of right about 45 grams. So this thing is still small and beginner friendly, but it's definitely bigger and more on the powerful side, especially compared to some of the smaller 65mm tinywhoops. We'll notice that difference as soon as we head outside. Now, I do have the Air 65 and the Air 75, but I'm not gonna turn this into a full comparison because I think that deserves its own video. Let me know in the comments if this is a comparison that you want to see. For now though, we're gonna be focusing on the Meteor 75. Next up are the BetaFPV VR03 analog goggles. These are a box goggle that come with a built-in screen, a replaceable antenna, and notably a micro SD slot for the DVR. For a beginner kit with these goggles, it's pretty awesome that it includes a DVR. Everyone wants to be able to look back on their videos. Now, if you watched one of my recent videos, I upgraded to the Sky 04X Pro analog goggles. Are these going to be the same as a premium set of goggles? No. But that's not even the point of this kit. The real question is, do these give a beginner a good enough FPV experience to learn, fly, and decide if they actually like this hobby? That's what we're gonna look at when we fly. Next, the radio is the Light Radio 2 SE. It has kind of a game controller shape. This is simple, small. Again though, this probably isn't replacing something like the Radio Master Pocket for me long term, but that's also not really the goal here. The goal is to make FPV feel approachable enough that someone can actually get started. So far, as you can see, this kit is not trying to be the most advanced version of every individual FPV part. It's trying to be the simplest, complete starting point, and that's a really important differentiator. But now we get to see the part that makes or breaks the beginner FPV kit. Does this all actually connect easily? So let's see how beginner friendly the setup actually is. I just took a break and charged everything up to full battery. We're gonna set the goggles to the side and start with this. We're gonna take off this gimbal protector first, which is cool that it comes with that. Press and hold this to turn it on. There's no screen on this as compared to a Radio Master Pocket. There's just a bind button back here. We're gonna do the default binding protocol, which is plugging and unplugging the LiPo 3 times. Now I believe that's in bind mode. We can see a blinking light down here on the radio. We're gonna click bind. I would say that's probably bound. This is working. You can hear the beeper. All right, and we're on. So I didn't look at any instructions, but I definitely just started flipping switches. Once you flip that down, it allows you to arm. Next, we're gonna look at the goggles. I've never used these goggles before. I imagine they're similar to the VRO4s. Power button is right here on the side. Let's plug the drone back in. I unplug it between things just so the VTX doesn't heat up too much. And we're already connected to the right channel. That was super easy to set up, guys. All you have to do is put it in bind mode, click bind, turning the radio on, I was already connected to the right channel. Looks like this is the search button though, so we would be able to fix that. Instructions should be fairly simple. Geez, well let's just go ahead and start flying, why don't we? All right, let's see how it works inside. Dang, I just thudded so hard. Oh, let's keep in mind I suck at flying inside, by the way. It's nothing particularly new that I'm bad at flying inside. As you can see in most of my videos, I'm never inside. I am able to do some orbits around me. Say hi to my camera setup. This radio is pretty good actually. I mean, it feels smooth, and I can already tell that when this drone crashes, it's not the end of the world. I think where this drone is gonna shine is outside. You can totally fly it inside. Definitely a throttle limit might be helpful. Keep in mind I'm still a beginner though, so there's other people that have a lot better throttle control than I do, so there's that to consider as far as this demonstration goes. But especially if you're in a bit bigger of an inside space. No way! That's so funny! I actually just flew it straight into my hair. Uh-oh. Can we see how tangled it is? All right, time for surgery. This isn't good. I'm stuck. Oh, we're alive. That's all I got for inside. Tomorrow, bright and early in the morning, I'm heading outside. Where I live, it's 103 degrees right now, whatever that is in Celsius. Let me know if you get that reference. I did that in another video. All right, here we are next morning. I am at a college campus in my area. We're gonna do a bit of a range test. The range of this is 400 meters. So like going down to that clock tower over there, that's probably 150, almost 200 meters. So really I'd be going quite a ways down that way. we'll see if I end up doing that. Basically, I really don't want to go look for it if I crash it. We will be doing a battery life test, so we'll see just kind of on a medium throttle how long we can fly for, and then we'll also see how it flies outside. Because as you saw yesterday, I'm pretty bad at flying inside. Say it how it is, that's fine. Also, check it out, modded this little guy. He looks like a little knight now. He looks kind of cool. All right, we're gonna get everything paired up. Next clip you see is me flying.
1 hour later.
All right, I said the next clip was gonna be me flying. Definitely was not, because I went to fly it and the prop was not spinning. And I have no idea freaking why. My boy Aston right here, he was a savior and came and pulled up with his laptop to help me troubleshoot it. I could not figure the freak out. All the motors were spinning just fine in the motors tab. And then I went to the receiver tab and it was doing flips like freaking crazy. Had no idea why. Kind of thought it was the receiver or the radio controller. Wasn't really sure. It wasn't, yeah, I don't know. Anywho, it came down to this. Right here on the back, setup and bind button. Silly me yesterday was not looking at the instructions, and I was trying to figure out if I could bind everything without looking at the manual, which I did yesterday successfully. However, today when I was binding the drone, I willy-nilly clicked that setup button on the back and ruined the calibration of everything, pretty much. So if you are setting up your Meteor75 Pro FPV kit, look at the instructions on how to set up your radio controller. This setup button is a 3-step process. I did not do that. So every time I went to arm it, my drone was flipping out because it didn't know where it was. Now to the flight footage. So this test mainly, we're gonna see how long we can fly, mostly. So sorry for the lack of cool flight footage. I need to make sure I don't crash immediately during this because that would defeat the point of my battery life test. We will do a bit of a range test though. I'm behind a bit of trees plus some other big trees, and we're over by this clock tower, which I said was about 150 meters away. We're just gonna keep going past it actually. And there we can see it cutting out a little bit. The BetaFPV website says that on 400 VTX you should get 400 meters of range. That is definitely under perfect conditions. I'm right behind a tree, right next to a building, behind more trees, which is behind more trees. And I made it about 200 meters right there, which is pretty good. You can see the DVR is pretty cutty, so it definitely does the trick. I mean, if you're trying to fly around where you're at, fly inside, fly in the general vicinity of where you're standing, obviously it's gonna do just fine. If you're looking for a long range deal, I would advise against it, but that's not what you're paying for $200. You're not paying for a long range rig at all, which is totally okay. Now, total flight time, 2.5 minutes, just shy of that. I've been rocking about 50% throttle this whole time. The BetaFPV website estimates 6-minute flight time on these 580 milliamp batteries with the Meteor75 Pro. Now, it's not very windy outside right now, but this drone is flying very nicely. It's quite a bit heavier than the Air 75, but it's very, very stable. Crossing the 4-minute flight time threshold, we're floating around a 3.56 voltage of active throttle. If I come up and cut it for a second, see we're at 3.65 still. Oh, there's the police. Shout out Santi, the police are here for us. They're trying to get us. Run, run, run. Santi, love you, bro. I'm not with the digital versus analog beef. That actually was the police, by the way, that drove by. They're here for us. All right, there's the low battery warning. First time we're seeing that. And we're dropping pretty hard right here. We're at 5 minutes, 40 seconds. My battery is donezo. Hey, that was pretty good. So, update, Meteor75 Pro flies great. Flight time, I got almost 6 minutes flying at 50% throttle. 400 VTX, got about 200 meters. I have a lot of stuff in the way though, if you look that way. Tree, more trees, right next to a building around a metal structure. All right, who is this Meteor75 Pro Kit meant for? After unboxing this, setting it up, flying inside and flying outside, this is where I land. I think the strongest argument that this kit has is simplicity. This is not trying to be the most advanced kit out on the market. And to be fair, there's not even really any kits on the market, at least for tiny whoops. The purpose of this kit is trying to be the easiest way to get into FPV with one purchase. And for a real beginner trying to get into the hobby, that's exactly what matters. Instead of spending hours researching and being stressed on if you're choosing the right thing or not, you can purchase one kit and you already know it all works together. Real quick, before I finish telling telling you if this kit is for you. I just wanted to let you know that yes, this is a partnership with BetaFPV. No, I'm not getting paid for it, but I do have an affiliate link down in the description for this kit and all other BetaFPV products. If it's something you're interested in and you want to support the channel, planning on using any earnings from that for a drone giveaway at 5,000 subscribers. Thanks. Now the caveat there, if you already know you want to be in the hobby or you just have a bigger budget and you're willing to spend more on a radio controller and FPV goggles, then by all means go ahead and do that. As far as the Meteor75 Pro though, this is one of the top of the line tiny whoops from BetaFPV. I did not test the tankability of this today because that's not something I purposely want to do necessarily, but the Meteor75 Pro has a high reputation as far as being almost indestructible, super great tiny whoop, super great outdoors. The goggles and the radio transmitter, where if you think you might want to upgrade them, then it might be worth just doing that and purchasing this separately. Now for my hot take at the beginning of the video, is this the best beginner FPV setup kit that you can get right now? Yes. For the person who wants to purchase one thing and have an easy path to getting in the air, definitely. Not because every single part is premium, but because it solves the biggest beginner issue, which is just getting started. If you're coming along for the journey just like me, learning FPV, subscribe down below. I've been sharing my FPV journey from ground zero 3 months ago to where I am today, and I'll keep making videos about everything I learn. Additionally, on my Instagram and TikTok right here, I share videos throughout the week. I'm basically figuring this out in real time, and you can join along for the ride. Catch you next time.